Good morning. I'm Brian, and this is
Tyler.
And it's been a couple years since we've done a morning with Brian and Tyler.
It's crazy.
To all of our adoring fans everywhere on the planet, we are glad to have you back, and we're glad to be here. And to any of our non-adoring fans, that's okay, because neither one of us are really good with adoration. But today begins the season of Lent. And Tyler, do you remember from Sunday's Bible sermon what the word Lent comes from?
It comes from London or something?
Yeah, Lengton. Yeah.
Lenten.
Which is Old English, and it just means what?
It's the beginning of spring or something.
Yeah, spring season, okay? Yeah. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take this time between now, what for many of our friends and neighbors is Ash Wednesday, through Easter or Resurrection Sunday, and Monday through Saturday we're going to have a little meditation. And we're going to go through each of the Gospels from basically the time of the institution of the Lord's Supper until his death. And we're going to kind of look at each one and discuss it. So today we're in Matthew 26. And Tyler, if you wouldn't mind reading verses 26 through 35.
And as they were eating, Jesus took bread, blessed and broke it, and gave it to the disciples and said, "Take, eat, this is my body." Then he took the cup and gave thanks and gave it to them, saying, "Drink from it, all of you, for this is my blood of the new covenant, which is shed for many for the remission of sins. But I say to you, I will not drink of this fruit of the vine from now on until that day when I drink it new with you in my Father's kingdom." And when they had sung a hymn, they went out to the Mount of Olives. Then Jesus said to them, "All of you will be made to stumble because of me this night, for it is written, I will strike the shepherd, and the sheep of the flock will be scattered. But after I have been raised, I will go before you to Galilee." Peter answered and said to him, "Even if all are made to stumble because of you, I will never be made to stumble." Jesus said to him, "Assuredly I say to you this night, before the rooster crows, you will deny me 3 times.
Okay. Did I say 35?
I said 34.
Okay.
Peter said to him, "Even if I have to die with you, I will not deny you," and so said all the disciples.
So he said, well, we know all these stories. I'm going to tell you right now, if you have open Bible and you read through all this stuff with us, you're going to realize you have forgotten chunks of it. You're going to pick up little things that you're like, some of you are going to go, man, I didn't even know that was in there. And how do I know this? Because what we're going to do with y'all, I did a while back. Then I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, I know I've read that 100 times, but it never registered. And so, we always talk, Tyler, about the Apostle Peter. And, Peter saying, even if I have to die with you. But, a lot of people miss what? And so said all the disciples. And that's just, it's an interesting thing because when we look back at verses 26 through 29, he institutes the Lord's Supper. Judas is there for that. When they go out to sing a hymn, Judas is already left. We know that from the Gospel of John. But they're in this place where it's like the reality isn't connecting. What thoughts do you have on some of this, my brother?
I mean, granted, that's been kind of how they've been behaving and acting for a healthy bit, where it's like, okay, you said this, Jesus, and it doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, where we were at in Bible class on Sunday, that was kind of the same issue where, now granted, that wasn't the disciples in that case, it was the Pharisees and the scribes and all of them that were like, you said this, but this doesn't make a lot of sense to us. And so, I mean, it's not 100% surprising that even after following Jesus around for the past 3+ years, Peter and the rest of the disciples are still like, huh? What did you mean, sir?
Yeah.
Say that again.
And so, what? How does this apply to my life? Right? Because that's been the big thing for like 5 decades now. How does everything apply to me? Okay, here's how simple this is. Be careful you're not a Judas. But be careful you're not like the other 11 too. All of them took part in the Lord's Passover meal to remember his body and his blood and his sacrifice of the covenant. Then they all sang a song with him, everybody except Judas. And it's like, woohoo, we just had some Passover. Woohoo, we're singing a song. Oh, by the way, all of you are going to abandon me. And Peter, you're going to deny me 3 times. If I have to die, I won't. And so said all the disciples. It's easy to look at them and go, well, this was a big moment. As we're going to see, it really wasn't. It's a big moment to us on this end, but at the heart of Peter's 3 denials, each one of those 3 betrayals was actually just a tiny thing. It wasn't anything big. And so said all the disciples. Translation, none of us is immune from abandoning our Lord if we're not careful. Other thoughts?
No, sir.
All right. Well, that's my timer. Says we're done with this meditation for today. Lord willing, we'll see you tomorrow. I'm Brian, and this is
Tyler.
Have a great day.